And we are back, and we're getting ready to chit-chat with our friends at Belize Estate and Company Limited. We have with us on the line Derek Morgan, who is the marketing manager of BEC. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi guys, how is it going today?
It's going good. You're playing shy this morning. You didn't want to show us your face. The barber shops are open now, Derek.
It's unfortunate. I got my hair cut. I had my makeup done. I'm ready. I was primed for the show this morning. But I don't know, technology. I guess technology got the better of us today.
Yeah, they made the choice on our behalf. But it doesn't mean we can't have our conversation or find out what's happening with BEC. So you guys have been open. You are able to offer your servicing service over the course of the state of emergency and continue to do so now, right?
Well, we initially had plans of remaining open, but the state of emergency, the details of the state of emergency stated that only essential services could remain open. We do provide an essential services insofar as it relates to our servicing of the essential services, the Boeing and Boeing fleet that transported all the water during the course of the lockdown or the state of emergency, and other commercial heavy-duty customers. We were not open to walk-in customers out of respect for the mandate of the state of emergency.
Okay.
But now we are.
Yes. And you are trying to ease some of the financial challenges that people have. So you're starting off with discounted prices.
Yes. We know that coming out of this state of emergency and still within the confines of this COVID experience that we're presently going through, the financial position of vehicle owners might be a bit tight. So we came up with a servicing promotion that we are offering 20% off for the months of May and June to all customers. We typically people think of BEC as a Ford and Kia and Renault dealer, but this promotion is open to every vehicle of every type, every brand, every model.
So what's different about getting your servicing done at BEC versus any other place?
Well, BEC primarily for the first part, BEC has fully trained technicians. We are a certified shop for Ford, Kia, Renault, and now Cummins, the Cummins diesel engines.
Okay.
To complement that, BEC also is a fully equipped shop. We have the latest technology to service your vehicles, to diagnose your vehicles, and we pride ourselves in getting it done right the first time.
Okay. Yeah. Now you offer scanning too for some vehicles, right?
We offer scanning for any vehicle, Marlene.
Okay.
Like I said, we are a complete shop. We are the authorized dealer for Ford, Kia, Renault, international trucks. But we do take in customers that do not have vehicles that fall under these brands.
Okay. So any brand of vehicle, and even if it wasn't purchased from BEC, can access your servicing.
That's right. We're opening up our doors to any customer that wants to get their vehicle serviced and serviced right the first time.
Yeah, and they can, of course, take advantage of a nice discount for the next 2 months.
Of course. I mean, like I said, we understand the situation that people are currently facing, and even within the constraints of the situation, people do need to get these services. So we saw it fit to provide some sort of incentive, some sort of assistance to customers to not to have their vehicle run outside of the recommended service period and risk any damage to their vehicle just because, maybe I can't afford it. So we are offering this 20% discount to make it a bit more accessible to all.
Yeah, and so, speaking of the new situation, everybody from all sectors has kept repeating this phrase, sort of, the new normal. I'm wondering if, in the wake of course, all of the adjustments that have had to been made because of COVID-19, whether there's any change or any added new services that you are offering at BEC when somebody takes their vehicle into service?
That's a very good question, Gavin. In terms of change, in terms of how we deal with customers coming in and out of the business, we are very cognizant of the new normal as it relates to health and safety. Mm-hmm. So, internally for our employees, we have implemented a very rigid COVID protocol where we have the contactless thermometers to test the temperature of our associates as they come in to make sure that nobody is carrying a high fever. And if they are, if the temperature is above normal, we're not passing any judgment on them, but we prefer to take the necessary precautions than to risk it. So these persons are if that's the case, they're automatically referred to a medical professional to go through the protocol to see if there is anything there or if it's just a regular fever or a common cold that the person has. We have also implemented masks mandatory on the compound. Yeah. The gloves, of course, social distancing is goes without saying, that's automatic. As it relates to how we deal with our customers now, we offer a pick-up and drop-off service. So if you, Gavin, need your vehicle service, you call in or you contact us via our Facebook Messenger, you make an appointment. We arrange for one of our service advisors to go over and pick up your vehicle from you, bring it into BEC. When it gets to BEC, there's a disinfection process done to check the vehicle into our compound. The vehicle is worked on, the vehicle is serviced, and before the vehicle is returned to you, there's another disinfection process done to ensure that the vehicle is going back to you clean. And we concentrate on the major touch points that you, the driver, gets in contact with: your steering wheel, your door handles, the shifter, the major touch points. Mm-hmm. And to make this experience even more contactless, we offer electronic payment options as well. So theoretically, or in reality, not theoretically because this is already possible, in reality, you don't really have to come in direct contact with any BEC personnel to get your vehicle serviced. This is the shift that this COVID situation has forced us to adopt, to comply with the new normal, as you put it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely comforting for customers to know, because some are just, being cautious of where they're going or reducing their interactions with people in general. But let's talk about what this servicing package includes. So if I take advantage of the BEC servicing package with a 20% discount, what does it include?
It includes the change of your oil filter. We will check your fuel filter. We'll check your air and your cabin filters to make sure that those are in proper working condition. If they are not, we will recommend them to be changed. Now, it must be. I mentioned air cabin filter, Marlene. This is something that most people don't pay attention to. Most people don't even know where this particular
item. Is that
item
the AC filter? Huh?
What's that?
Is that the AC filter?
Yes.
Oh,
that's a way to put it. But the air cabin filter ensures that the air in your air conditioning system that's circulating within your cabin is clean, and it's often forgotten because it's not something that you can readily see, for example, like your oil filter or your air filter. This filter is with a lot of models is located behind the glove compartment. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, it's not something that you see, so you might not change it. And I did an informal survey among 10 of my friends, and I asked them, when was the last time you changed your air cabin filter? 3 of them were completely unaware of what that was, right? Only 2 persons could answer me and tell me, listen, I changed my air cabin filter, so and so did. So, although that's an unscientific method, it does show that a lot of people are not paying attention to this, and that filter does a lot for the quality of the air inside of your vehicle. There are air cabin filters that we have available that also trap allergens. You know, a lot of people sometimes wonder why my eye the water, why I sneeze. You know, it might be something as simple as that. You know, so we purposefully included that item in this service promotion because it's not something that we normally offer in a promotion.
Yeah.
But we purposefully offer that because we know there are a lot of people who are not paying attention to that specific item. So, coming back to the promo, we check all these points, and we give you a 27-point multi-point inspection. Now, what is that?
Yeah.
That is really...
Why 27 and not 28?
What's that?
I was just joking. I said, why 27 and not 28?
Well, the 27 is recommended by the experts, the manufacturers.
So what is that?
Our technicians go around your vehicle and check 27 key points.
Okay.
For the sake of time, I will only mention a few, but they check key things such as your fan belts, your tire tread depth, your filters, and the like, and then they give you, the customer, a report, and that report tells you what is urgent, what can wait, and they give you the chance to make the decision. Listen, Marlene, we looked at your vehicle, and these fan belts have some small cracks in it. They might give you another month, but do you want to take the chance of driving to Belmopan or wherever it is, and that fan belt breaks on you on the road? So we point out the faults that we find in this multi-point inspection, and we give you the option of deciding if you're going to deal with it now or if you're going to deal with it later.
Okay. So you'll be able to get that report and kind of decide or even perhaps schedule for a future date to address some of the issues that may be found.
Correct.
Oh, that's great.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's for everybody who accesses the servicing?
Yes. Everybody that comes in under this service promotion gets that free multi-point inspection. That multi-point inspection actually has a cost, but we are throwing it in there because we know that people have had their vehicle parked a lot of people have had their vehicle parked, or their vehicle hasn't been running under normal circumstances during the state of emergency. So there is a need really to examine your vehicle and make sure that there are things that you may not be seeing that need to be fixed, and we give you that option to look at these things in a structured way. It's not somebody just standing in front of you and telling you, well, you want to check this, you might want to check that. We actually give you a report, and that report breaks down the 27 points, and it tells you what is the urgency of each item that we find, or if it might very well be that the situation is that your tires are fine, and there's a comment there that your tires are fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Derek, I think you bring up a good point, because that's one of the things I was thinking. A lot of people have had their cars parked for a really long time, maybe only using once or twice in the past month, and they may not be scheduled for services yet, but is it perhaps important to at least get a check-in to ensure that since it was stagnant, there wasn't anything wrong with the car?
That's a very good question, Marlene. I'll give you a little joke to begin my response to that question. One of the guys at the service shop, the manager of the BEC service department, mentioned to me the other day that there was a case of a customer that came in and the vehicle was staggering, was stuttering, right? So everybody was wondering if there was something wrong with the intake system, the air intake system, or if it's the turbo or something like that. When they went through and did their preliminary checks, they found out that a rat had gotten into the air intake where the air filter is, and eaten the air filter, and the air filter eventually broke and stuck in the air intake, causing the vehicle to have that problem. You know, so we might not think of these things, or we might think of these as strange things, but these things do happen.
No, it's possible.
So,
It's possible. I could imagine, because, you know, these animals have enough time to find a home and make themselves comfortable when the car is parked for long.
correct. So to your question,
Yeah.
it does make sense. If your vehicle has been parked for a prolonged period of time, it does make sense to do a thorough check to ensure that everything was where you left it, or if you're not certain, have the professionals check it and explain to you, you know what, you might need to deal with this, you might need to deal with that, and nip it in the bud instead of than dealing with a minor issue like the example I gave you, changing an air filter, rather than damaging your entire engine and spending thousands of dollars to repair an engine. So $25 versus a couple thousand, that's an easy decision to make.
Yeah. I was going to ask that question. Just how affordable is it? You know, people will think, you know, I'll find a mechanic to do it because BEC is definitely going to be out of my budget.
That's definitely one of the myths we are trying to dispel with this service promo.
Okay. So give us an average cost. I know it changes based on the needs.
It's based on the supplies and the parts that are going to be changed and the size of the vehicle. But for a basic service, you will be looking at somewhere in the region of $150 part material and labor. No? And like I said, there is the added value of the multi-point inspection, which is something that there is a cost involved in that, but we're giving that for free. And there's a peace of mind knowing that you're getting it professionally done, and you're getting it done right the first time.
Yep.
Okay. And how long?
No, yeah, I was just going to ask, you know, for the benefit of our viewers, how often is it recommended that you do take your vehicle in for servicing?
Well, there is a servicing schedule based on if it's a new vehicle or whatever. But the basic rule of thumb is every 3 months. If you're somebody that doesn't watch the odometer that much, the basic rule of thumb is every 3 months.
All right. And, you know, the key thing with maintenance is that it's a smaller cost to pay every few months than a big bill when something goes wrong. That's what we all fail to forget.
That's very true, Marlene, and that's very true. Yeah. And it's something that we are trying to work on the culture, because a lot of people have it in their mind that I cannot afford to get my vehicle professionally serviced. So I will take it to somebody that maybe doesn't do all the different things that we do, the checks that we do at BEC, because I am of the mindset that I cannot afford to take my vehicle to BEC. But there are different levels of servicing, and I invite any customer. I mean, it doesn't hurt you to ask. You know, that's the starting point. We want you to come in and ask. This is
so
what
if I go in with a budget and say, this is what I can spend, you can tell me what I can get for that price?
Exactly, if we can. If we can, there's no cost for asking. You know, I had a lady in a long discussion on via or BEC Messenger the other day. She wanted to get her vehicle service, and we had probably, well, it's not in time, it's not real time because it's a chat, right? Probably a 15-20 message exchange because she wanted to know if she could afford to bring her vehicle in. So I said, listen, let's do something. Give me your phone number, and I'll have one of my service advisors call you, and you can speak to them specifically what you want to do, and they'll give you an idea what it costs.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, this lady was very, I wouldn't say cost conscious, but value conscious. She wanted to know what value am I getting for what I'm spending.
Yeah.
And I noticed on the BEC Facebook page on Friday, I believe it was, she posted a message congratulating our service department on the professionalism and on the great work that they did. So obviously, this lady saw the value in the service at BEC, and again, this lady was very specific. She was very conscious of asking the right questions in terms of what she's getting, what's the price, and so on. And it came out that she was extremely satisfied with what she got. So again, I encourage people to ask the question. We don't charge anything for
just
a discussion.
ask. Yeah. And I appreciate you at least giving us an average cost, because it just kind of puts into context for people what they expect to pay. And you're right. I think people think a dealership is automatically out of budget for them, but sometimes that's just a misconception that they have, and it's not actually the truth. But how long is the promotion going to be for? So how long do we have to take advantage of it?
We're running this promotion through the months of May and June.
Okay.
It's quite possible that based on the customer response, we might extend it. We had a promotion last year that was scheduled for 2 months, and we ended up running it for a substantial part of the year. But it all depends on the response from the customers. But the initial idea is to run it for May and June.
Okay. All right. And all people have to do is call BEC or even just message your Facebook page, because you guys also can make appointments through there.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Derek. Well, thanks for filling us in and letting us know that this promotion is ongoing and that we can take advantage of it for this month and next.
Well, thank you guys again for giving us the time.
Yeah.
And I just want to emphasize the point that we at BEC are constantly finding ways how to create better value for customers. And we have a slew of products and services in the pipeline that we're going to bring to market. It's unfortunate that the country is experiencing or suffering under this global pandemic, and some of these things had to be sidelined for the time being, as we are very cognizant of the fact of the situation that we're in. Mm-hmm. But we constantly look for ways how to create better value for our customers. And I just want to, before we leave, I just wanted to highlight a couple small items. As you guys know, BEC also manages the Napa franchise in Belize, which is located at 3.5 miles on the Philip Wilson Highway, or better put, at the Bennett apartment complex.
Yeah.
Napa has recently imported a product named Spray 9. Spray 9 is a degreaser and disinfectant. This product kills bacteria and viruses. Now,
is this for cars only?
No, this product has universal use. You can use it in cars. We brought it in to use to disinfect vehicles during this COVID period.
Yeah.
But it can be used in restaurants. It can be used in your home. It's non-toxic. And the best part, and I know Belizeans are people that appreciate value. This product comes in a 32-ounce presentation. It's a spray bottle ready to use, no aerosol, right? Mm-hmm. So if you compare this 32 ounces of spray versus an aerosol can, we don't want to call any brands, but all the other disinfectant sprays are typically about 19 ounces in a can, 19 ounces of product. And we are offering this Spray 9 product for $20 per bottle versus the typical disinfectant spray in a can that goes for around between $17 and $19 per can. You're getting almost double the product for maybe $1 more. So we think, again, in the same vein as creating value for our customers, this product falls into that, And this Spray 9 product is not something, it's new to the Belizean market, but it has been around for over 50 years in the US and Canada. and it is certified by OSHA, which is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration in the U.S. So it's a high quality product at a very, very affordable price. And again, we purposefully priced it the way we did to make it accessible to customers that may need to engage in sanitization of their business or of their homes on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know because it's actually really hard to find disinfectants right now. So that's one option that's on the market. Derek, we are out of time, but we do want to thank you for letting us know that BEC does have a promotion for May and June for 20% off vehicle servicing, and that people should get in touch to make that appointment as soon as possible. We appreciate you joining us. Stay safe, please.
Okay, same to you guys. Have a great day, Marlene.
All right, okay, bye-bye. All right, and we will take that final break, and we'll be back with our wrap-up, so stay tuned.